Hello, welcome back to Whisky Wednesday. I'm Joe Ellis, and every Wednesday I do whisky video reviews. This week, it's my first Dalmore. Dalmore Scottish Highland Distillery. And this particular Dalmore I'm reviewing is another whisky shop exclusive. The last two videos have been whiskies that are exclusive to the whisky shop chain in the UK. So this one, it's the 1995 vintage. Should be able to see that there. Lovely silver label. And you might recognise a Dalmore. A very smart designed bottling. Very eye-catching design with that big kind of stag's head on. And there's a little bit of a story about the stag's head, which you can check out online if you just Google Dalmore. So it's a 1995 vintage, exclusive to the whisky shop. It's been bottled at 40%. No age statement, so it's what they call a multi-vintage, or an NAS, non-age stated whisky. And Dalmore are famous for making some of the most expensive whiskies on the market. One of them is called the Dalmore Zenith, which they literally only produced one bottle of. They've got a Constellation series, which the whole set will cost you about 158 grand. There's the Trinitas, which they only made 3 bottles of, which I think cost around about 120 grand each, one bottle. Just loads and loads of really expensive whiskies. They blended by a great guy called Richard Patterson. Absolutely fantastic blender. And this particular one, it's a mix of 65% ex-Methuselah sherry casks and 35% American white oak. So hopefully be able to detect some of both cask influences on there. So let's give it a nose. Right, for the colour, just a lovely kind of rich amber. Now on the nose, the first thing I get is kind of a big hint of coffee. There's that kind of slightly sweet coffee note to it. Bit of kind of black chocolate. Maybe a little bit of ginger spice in there too. Lovely fruitiness coming out now. Almost like kind of a blackcurrant compote. That kind of like, imagine that kind of blackcurrant sauce that would be kind of drizzled over a posh dessert in a nice restaurant. So it's kind of sticky black fruits. There's a slight nuttiness as well. I might have to warm it up a little bit. Haven't done this on my videos in a while. It does actually help, if you, I'm not going to do it today, but if you hold your hand over and cup the bottom of the glass for a good kind of minute or two, kind of builds up the aromas and then you get a much more intensity. It's really worth trying that. There's a lovely kind of sherry oak hint as well, you're getting that coming through. Cherry cake. Very soft, very soft nose. A little bit of vanilla in there from the American oak influence. Don't forget, it's only 35% matured in American oak. So there is a little bit of soft vanilla coming through. But all in all, very soft, very easy nose. Right, let's give it a taste. Now the first thing to note about this particular Dalmore is the mouthfeel. The mouthfeel is really, really just soft and creamy. It kind of just caresses your taste buds and your tongue and your mouth. Just really, really soft, creamy mouthfeel. Now, on our second taste, I'll tell you some of the flavours. Now the second taste, more flavours do come out. That blackcurrant compote note comes out. A little bit of blackcurrant cheesecake. Now why I say cheesecake is because that American oak is given those kind of vanilla, kind of creamy honey flavours. So let's imagine kind of blackcurrants and that kind of creamy vanilla, slightly toasty. There's a lovely kind of spicy ginger note as well that comes through, which kind of just lifts it up a little bit, so it's not too kind of flat and uninteresting. Spiciness lifted up. More soft spices coming through now, and maybe a little bit of cinnamon. Very, very, very slight amount of allspice as well. Right, let's give it one more try. Now on the third try, a little bit of citrus oil comes out, kind of orange oil, a little bit of lemon oil, slight, very, very slight bitter note on the finish, but that actually works. Bitterness doesn't mean the whiskey's bad, it's there for a reason, and it just kind of just lifts it up a little bit, along with those spices, that kind of ginger spice and the soft spice, and the bitterness just kind of plays in nicely, so it just contrasts to the very smooth, creamy, rich, delivery of this whiskey. Finish, you get a little bit of roasted nuts coming through, maybe a little bit of walnuts. All in all, very, very, very easy drinking and well-rounded whiskey. It's about £92, and I will put a link to the description, to the whisky shop site where you can buy it in the description, so please check that out, or just pop into one of your local stores in the UK. And in terms of giving this a score, my only thing with Dalmore is that the majority of their range, they're only bottled around about 40%, and I just think it would benefit from a little extra strength, maybe 43 or 46%. It just might give it a little bit more body and a little bit more about it in the mouth. But some people just want a very, very easy drinking whiskey, and this does that. Soft, rounded, fruity, very kind of luxurious tasting. So, the Dalmore 1995 vintage, whisky shop exclusive. Please check it out. I will see you next week, guys. Cheers.